Morning everyone. Today we will learn about analytical exposition text with me, Miss Lala. Alright, before we start, are you ready to learn new things, guys? Okay, let's move on. Analytical expositions. What is analytical exposition text? This is a text that elaborates the writer's idea about the phenomena surrounding. Jadi analytical exposition text itu apa sih? Itu adalah sebuah teks di mana si penulis mengelaborasikan idenya berdasarkan dengan fenomena yang terjadi di sekitarnya. What is the social function of this text? Or let's say, what is the purpose? Okay, the purpose or the social function of this text is to persuade the reader that the idea is important matter. Jadi apa sih pentingnya kita belajar analitis teks ini? Jadi itu penting karena teks ini digunakan untuk meyakinkan para pembaca bahwa ide atau gagasan yang ditulis oleh si penulis itu adalah hal yang penting untuk dijabarkan, untuk didiskusikan. There must be something that's really good to be discussed about these things. Okay, now we'll move on into the generic structure. Okay, the generic structure. Speaking of the generic structure here, there are three components of things that we have to discuss. The first one is thesis, the second one is arguments, and the last one is reiterations. We'll move on into the thesis. Thesis here is used to introduce the topic and indicates the writer's opinion. Jadi di part thesis ini digunakan untuk memperkenalkan topik yang akan dibahas, lalu mengindikasikan juga opini yang akan dilontarkan oleh si penulis. For example, you can see in the orange box here, the narrow view and attitude shown to women's education is largely due to the general accepted role of the woman in society. Jadi di sini yang di-highlight adalah narrow view dari women's education. That's the point that the writer wants to highlight and introduce to you first. Next, arguments. Okay, in the arguments here, we will see maybe about 1, 2, or 3, or maybe 4 arguments as a series of arguments in the paragraph of the analytic text. Okay, it's used here to explain the arguments, the point of view, and it is used to support, of course, supports the writer's opinion. And the last one is reiterations. In the reiterations here, we restate the writer's opinion to strengthen the thesis. Oke, jadi kalau misalnya di awal paragraf udah ada thesis, di mana pengenalan topiknya akan membahas apa, di series of arguments akan ada beberapa pendapat yang dipaparkan oleh si penulis, disertakan oleh fakta-faktanya, lalu di reiteration ini, poin 1 dan 2 tadi akan di-combine dan dijadikan sebuah konklusi atau ditarik kesimpulan bahwa apa yang disebutkan di awal paragraf ini adalah benar adanya dan patut dipertahankan statementnya. Contohnya, you can see the example from this in the blue box. Therefore, parents shouldn't think that girls should receive less education because they will get married one day. Alright, now we will move on into the language features. There are 4 components of language feature of the analytical text. The first one is using simple present tense. The second one is using conjunction. The third one is using compound and complex sentence. And the last one is using evaluative words. Let's see, take a look one by one. Simple present tense. Why we have to use simple present tense in analytical exposition text? It's because what we write in the analytical exposition text, some of them are the general truths or facts. as we can see in the beginning of the presentations, untuk dari argumennya itu sendiri kan tidak didasarkan oleh hanya pendapat, tapi juga harus ada fakta-fakta yang mendukung. That's why simple present tense will be useful here. And you can see the example here. From is, do, think, are, gets, doesn't, pursue, and chooses. Now we move on into the using of conjunction. Alright, for the using of conjunction, why we have to use conjunction in this analytical exposition text? It's because conjunction used to make a good paragraph, a good sentences as well, and to make the sentences coherent and cohesive. And then the using of conjunction here is to relate one argument into other argument. So it makes like a connection between one into two arguments. And then you can see that some conjunction used to make a cause and effect. Some of it used to comparing, and some of it used as a relative pronouns, as a relative adjective, concession, and conditions. Below is the example of the conjunction used in the text, that is and, as, and but. Now we take a look at using compound and complex sentence. Well, compound and complex sentence. A compound sentence consists of two or more independent clauses connected by semicolon or coordinating conjunctions. For instance, for, and, nor, but, or yet, so. Or you can make it short like fanboys. You can see the example here in the yellow box. The second sentence, factually, an educated woman not only makes a better wife, but makes contributions to society too. Okay, the but here is used as a coordinating conjunction that connecting two more independent clauses. That's why it's called a compound sentence. Now we'll move into a complex sentence. A complex sentence consists of an independent clauses plus a dependent clause. For instance, who, that, whose, until, since, so, because, if, although, etc. You can see the instances here in the first sentences. Secondly, there are men who consider that women should remain at home. The who here is remarked as the complex sentence. Alright, let's move into the evaluative words. Evaluative words, what is used for? It's used for to show the writer's point of view, positions, opinions, or feelings. As you can see here, in the big box, the aqua blue one, there is firstly, likely, therefore, secondly, factually, educated, better, successfully, emotionally, materially, moreover, crash, outstanding, furthermore, conversely, and proud. That's the example of evaluative words. Alright, now let's take a look into the whole examples, because before I used like a jumbled paragraph to make an explanation for you guys. Now you have seen the whole text of the analytical exposition text. This one is the title, and the paragraph 1 used as the thesis. In the second into the fourth paragraph used as the arguments. Yep. And the therefore here is used as reiterations. Easy, right? Do you still feel confused? If you're still confused, now we have to try to move on and do some practice, because practice makes perfect. Alright, for the practice, the first one we will do arrange the paragraph, and the second one we will do multiple choice. Okay, let's do the first task. Alright, as you can see there is a box that filled with full of the paragraph, but the paragraph is not really arranged in the correct order, and your task here is to arrange the paragraph according to its generic structure. First of all, you have to pause the video first and read carefully to the text, and I'll give you 2 minutes to do this. Alright, time's up. Let's see the answer. Okay. So, the coronavirus disease until several reasons become the thesis. First until and the last one became the arguments, and the last one therefore is become this reiterations. Do you got the correct answer here? I hope so. Alright, now let's move on into the next task. Multiple choice. Alright, now same as before, just pause the video first and then take a look at the questions. There are 4 questions and I just give you 1 minute to do this. Choose the right answer, whether it is A, B, or C. Alright, time's up. This is the answer. The first question is, what is analytical exposition text? The answer is A, a text that elaborates the writer's idea about the phenomenon surrounding. Next, what is the social function of analytical exposition text? The answer is C, to persuade the reader to look at an issue according to writer view. Okay, let's move on into the third questions. What is the generic structure of analytical exposition text? And the answer is A, thesis, arguments, reiterations. And the last one, what tense is used in analytical exposition text? And the answer is B, present tense. How do you get the correct answer now? Alright. Now we are at the end of our lesson today. But before we call it a day, let's make a quick review. Okay, there are several key points that I want to highlight here. First is, analytical exposition text is a text that elaborates the writer's idea about the phenomenon surrounding. Second, the social function of analytical text is to persuade the reader that the idea is important matter. Third, language features of analytical exposition are using present tense, conjunctions, evaluative words, and the last is compound and complex sentence. And last one is, the generic structure of analytical exposition texts are thesis, arguments, and reiterations. Alright, this is the end of our lesson today. Thank you for learning with me. I hope you can remember what we have learned today. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.